Hey, this is Daniel Roebuck. I can't wait to meet you all in the Claw's Corner. Let's have some fun and talk about monsters.
Funny because I'll be parking the car. I'll be good. There you go. Rip it.
Welcome to another edition of the Claw's Corner, the Zoom edition. This episode features writer, voice actor, director, and actor PJ Byrne. He has worked with some of the biggest names in Hollywood. They include Leonardo DiCaprio, Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon, Jason Bateman, David Arquette, Jonah Hill, Bruce Campbell, William Shatner, Candice Bergen, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Steve Carell, Tom Hanks, Jim Carrey, Harrison Ford, Viggo Mortensen, Zach Galifianakis, and Margot Robbie, just to name a few. He has also worked for some of the best directors in the business, including Martin Scorsese, Mike Nichols, Peter Farrelly, Jay Roach, Nora Ephron, and Clint Eastwood. His movies include The Wolf of Wall Street, Rampage, Green Book, Dinner with Schmucks, Horrible Bosses, Bruce Almighty, and Bombshell. In addition to movies, he has also appeared on many television shows, including NCIS, Dynasty, Boston Legal, Burn Notice, PR, New Adventures of Old Christine, Hannah Montana, Intelligence, and Vinyl. He can also be heard as the voice of Bolin on the Legend of Korra, Firestorm, and Justice League Action. Please welcome the busiest man in Hollywood, Mr. PJ Byrne.
What's up, buddy? You're welcome to my life, dude. Welcome to my life. I got a pregnant wife. I'm shopping. She can't go anywhere. I just made meatballs and gravy. You're in my garage with me. I got kids' toys. It's all happening. If you saw me 2 seconds ago, I would have had a mask on for you, too. Always wear a mask.
Like I said, you're the busiest man in Hollywood, even when you're not working.
And I got a lot of American pride. A lot of American pride right there. There we go.
All right. God bless America.
There we go. What's up, buddy? How are you?
All right. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for being on the show. And I want to give thanks to your mother-in-law for setting this up, Judy.
Oh, no sweat. Yeah, I got to do what my mother-in-law says. Come on, you can't say no to your mother-in-law.
That's why I didn't even go through you. I went right to your mother-in-law. I said, Judy's going to make him do this.
That's lit, dude. That's the only way. I love it. Who's this? Libby. Hi. That's my daughter.
Hello.
Yeah.
How are you? And we are frozen.
Hi, Rich. We're doing it live. We're recording.
Hello.
You're on. You're already on.
I want to.
This is Madison. Say hi, Madison.
Hello.
What's up?
How are you?
Oh, we're gonna chat. We're gonna chat together. Rich, you made me sound so important. You guys gotta watch that stuff. Yeah.
And that was just the highlights. I mean,
that was just I didn't even realize all these people I work with. I sound so important. Who knew? You really. Oh, the house smells like sauce. It smells good.
Now I'm getting hungry all of a sudden. I don't know why.
I know. Sorry. Well, I made like my grandma's recipe of meatballs and gravy. So it's like and I finally found out like a really good tomato farm out here. So I made the tomatoes, the whole thing from scratch.
So you're a cook, you're an actor, you're a writer.
I'm not going to let you down, Rich. That's not my job. That's not my job, buddy.
No pressure. No pressure at all.
No pressure at all. How are you doing? You look great. You look healthy and sprite. How's Connecticut doing?
Connecticut's doing very well. I love the heat, so it's been in the 90s lately. It's been sunny. I'm working less hours now, so I have more time to enjoy myself. So I'm having a good time.
Great. Perfect. Good to hear. Good to hear.
So this whole interview is about you, not about me.
No, don't you do that. I still love you. I still love you.
Well, I appreciate that, but I want the people who watch my show to love you. So we're going to talk about you. I know you're very humble. You're very humble. I can tell.
Oh. What do you got? What do you got for me? Ask away.
I'm going to go right to the beginning. You graduated from Boston College with a double major in finance and theater, as well as an M.F.A. from the theater school at DePaul University. So what was the defining moment for you when you decided that being an investment banker was not for you and acting was?
I just knew I loved cocaine too much and I could never properly be it. No, that wasn't it.
That wasn't it?
That wasn't it. That wasn't it. I mean, I'll make a brief version of all of this, but my sophomore year, it was like crazy finals. It was like 5 finals. They were all tests. Nothing was written. And I remember like the whole study period, I just kept filling my refrigerator up with beer going like, when this is over, me and this beer fridge are going to really have a relationship. And then, so I lived with 8 guys at the time. I finally finished. I was so happy. It was like 10:30 in the morning. I ran home. None of my roommates were home. I'm like, this is unbelievable. But I cracked a beer. I started drinking. But 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. Finally, 3 o'clock. The first roommate walked in. I was like, Jesus, let's go. I'm done. It's so crazy. Someone drink with me. And this one roommate who wasn't like one of the jocks, I live with like jockey roommates, played sports. He's like, no, I can't drink with you. I'm going to go audition for a play. I'm like, what? It's like, he's like, I'm going to go to Mars, essentially.
Pretty much.
And I'm like, all right, look, I'm going to come with you to the audition if you come drink with me after. And he's like, yeah, sure. So I'm like, all right. He's like, yeah, but you need a monologue. And I was like, what's a monologue? I didn't even know what a monologue was. He's like, you talk for like 2 minutes. I'm like, all right, well, give me a second. He's like, no, the audition's over in 30 minutes. I'm like, just give me a second. So I made up some monologue. I was an old man talking to a shrink, and I show up, and they're like, what's the title of the play? And I'm like, oh my God. So I called it Cupcakes in Heaven. And then they're like, who's the playwright? I was like, John Ballard. John Ballard is my high school history teacher. So anyway, so long story short, I got the part and he didn't. and then faculty like saw the show, and they were like, you should audition for main stage shows. So I did. And then I love you guys. I love you. You're welcome. I love you guys. You're welcome. I love you. Anyway, so they faculty saw the show. They're like, you should audition for other shows. And so I did the bigger shows. And then you like, oh, you should double major. The head of the faculty, this guy, God bless his man, Dr. Houchin, said I should double major.
Yeah.
And I thought that would help my public speaking for finance. And I did. And then you get courted by the banks your senior year to work in finance. So I got my job. I got a job in the fall of my senior year. And then, so I was teed up, and then all I had left was acting classes. So it was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have the greatest senior year ever. But then literally probably in, I don't know, December, the head of the faculty said, this guy, Dr. John Houchin said, listen, I really think you should turn down that job on Wall Street, and I think you should go to grad school to be an actor. And I was like, I think you should stop drinking Jack Daniels because you're crazy, dude. Because I had a great job. And then anyway, he stayed on me, and then literally he came back to me, God bless this man, with the applications filled out. And he goes, these really mean nothing, but these I think are the 3 best schools. They only take 10 kids. If you don't get in, I won't say another word. But he got my recommendations done for me. He like did all the legwork for it. He goes, but they don't matter. He's like, what really matters is you have to audition. You got to do 2 auditions, like a classical and a contemporary. And I was so touched by this man. Obviously, I was like, all right, I'll do it. I'm not going to get in. Anyway, so I got into theater school at DePaul University. And then my parents really wanted to kill him. And that's when I went to the theater school to learn how to be an actor.
Very impressive. So
there you go. Long story. That's always the long version. Anyway, then I went to LA. I got a commercial agent, and the rest is history.
But did you do acting? I know you said you went to school for theater as well as finance. Did you do acting in school, like in the school plays? Or was it
it wasn't until sophomore year of college did I really, do some acting in a play.
Wow. So
I think it was like a high school, like maybe a short or something. I don't even know, something like that. But like, or like the 6th grade play where everybody's in or something. We're all in those.
Oh yes, I have some fond memories myself in my 6th grade play.
You were great. Everyone's still talking about you, by the way.
Really?
Rich. They still love you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You made an impression.
That's what it's all about. It's about the people.
I've never been prouder.
Well, thank you very much. That's what it really means to me. It's not about me. It's about what the people. So for you, though, how long after you graduated and you went to LA, how long did it take you to get your first role?
I got wait, hold on. Jane, can you just watch the kids quick? I hate my kids. I hate my wife. I hate them all. Just can't stand them. I don't want to have to hit them on camera.
You know what?
So
you're a big movie star now. You can do whatever you want.
I just wanted to be loud for you. How long did it take? Okay, so I got lucky right away. So when I got a commercial agent, I got very lucky. I started doing commercials right away, which was huge. And it just gave me a little bit of confidence. And I also thought it's a great way to learn, to be in front of the camera for the first time. It's a great way to learn how to audition for people. Because commercial audition can be brutal and ruthless. I mean, it's pretty intense. Like it's a hardcore way to come up. But I learned a lot, and I was ready, for when I would start to do theatrical things like TV and film. I was like, I was ready. My skin was tough, and I was ready to kill. So that's why I kind of love how it kind of my career went, if you will.
Yeah. And you've had a very long career in such a short time. And your first speaking role was in 2002 for working for Clint Eastwood in the movie Bloodwork.
Yes.
Tell me what it was like working with the great Dirty Harry. And you also worked with him more recently in the film The 1517 of Paris.
Yes. I mean, talk about a way to come out. And also Jeff Daniels. I said my line to Clint Eastwood, but Jeff Daniels was there as well. So it's like, this is crazy to me. And I always remember my first line. I pick up a bullet and I go, looks like a 9 milli to me. So that was my first line. I will always remember. Looks like a 9 milli to me. I practiced that line 3,000 times. I still can't do it well. I still cannot do it well. It's weird. Sometimes when you have the less lines, it's actually harder to get through. No, I mean, it was crazy. And the thing with Clint Eastwood, he really only gives you 1 or 2 takes, two maximum. 1517, I did the whole thing in 1 take. And we were like done before lunch. The whole day. The whole crew was done before lunch. So, and then that day, I think, I did 2 takes. But I learned doing a commercial. There was I remember I sat in a chair, a makeup chair, and I go, this is my first commercial. It's my first time in front of the camera. And God bless this makeup lady. She's like, don't tell anybody that. Just tell me that, and then just be quiet about it. I'm like, great. So that my first movie, I just shut up. I didn't say anything. I was like, okay, looks like a 9 milli to me. Get me out of here. This is amazing. Bye-bye.
I've been doing this for years. You know, when I first started in the 60s.
Yeah. So much heroin, but just as exciting. Just as exciting.
Now, does he do a lot of rehearsals? I know you said he only does 1 or 2 takes, but before the movie starts filming, does he, let you
a little? I mean,
it's fair.
No. I mean, there's a little bit of like positioning. The camera's here. Like, let's try. He just wants it to be genuine and loose. And that's his method. And I swear to God, I think if you know going in, like you're ready, and he knows if you got it, and he knows if it's there, and if you're present. And he's Clint Eastwood. He knows he's had some good movies and some incredible performances from himself and other people. So,
well, another iconic director that you worked with is Martin Scorsese. I had a friend that was an extra. He's an up and comer. You might hear from him later. Yeah,
fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
I saw one of his college films. I see good things coming from him in the future.
Yeah, me too. I remember his college film, the one that, it's called The Shave, I think. You should actually look it up. It's worth watching. It's like one of his early, he's a student film, I think. It's a guy shaving. I'll just leave it at that.
No, I never saw that one. I saw The Leak. That was before The Shave, but I didn't realize that The Leak.
Oh, yeah. Look at I don't know if it's called The Shave, but it's a guy shaving. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay. Well, the question I had for you was, I had a friend that was an extra in the movie The Irishman, and he, without getting into details, he told me that Marty, as his friends call him, is very, very, very intense. What was your experience first working on The Wolf of Wall Street with him? Because I know you also worked on Vinyl.
I mean, I think I don't know if it's intense is the word. I feel like he for me, maybe because of the movie and, and the Vinyl, it was kind of a different thing. But I mean, I think he wants everyone to be professional. And that's the thing. I mean, I'm never more like lock, stop, ready to go, ready to crush. Like everyone's ready to go. So if he knows everyone's in that zone, he wants you to have fun. He wants you to enjoy the process. So he's great. Cause I mean, he's one of the greatest directors of like making you genuinely feel that, no matter who you are, if you're Leo or, or De Niro or PJ Byrne, he really makes you feel like you're the guy that's going to go out and throw the big touchdown pass. Like that's the kind of confidence he gives you. And it's just kind of a great feeling to work from. And the greatest sound other than hearing like my kids giggle is hearing Marty like giggle off in the distance. If you just made him laugh or you riff something, like that's one of the best sounds in the world.
Does he let you improv a lot?
Oh my God, that's all I did. Yes, totally.
Right.
Yeah. A crazy amount. It's like an ungodly amount. Yes.
Now, were there some actors on the set that maybe weren't as good at improving as you? And then when you did some improving, they're like, wait, whoa, what's going on? I don't know this line. Did you have a lot of that?
Yeah. I mean, I think, for Marty in particular, he wants you to rehearse. And then everyone kind of knew, like, there's certain people that, like, that's their lane and they like you. And, like, Leo is a good improviser, but I think he wanted us to add stuff a lot, too. So it just became that. Marty likes it a little. He sometimes will say the lines and we'll riff a little. He's like, "Come on, mess it up a little bit. You're too on the line." Like, so he likes you. He likes to keep it loose and like, he's not afraid. Some directors or sound people become so they don't like you talking over each other. Like, it's bad for sound, but like Marty's like, just get it, make it real, and
I was
and
gonna
make
say
it sing.
seemed more genuine. It seemed more. Instead, it didn't seem like acting. It seemed like you guys were just, great friends, having a lot of fun.
That's
did
the
your
greatest compliment you could give. Yeah, true. That's what we wanted.
Yeah, no, it definitely showed. And so, did your expertise in the world of finance help you with the role as Rugrat?
Yes. Oh my God, yes, 100%, 100%. There, I mean, I rewrote my audition. The audition was to sell a stock, so I rewrote it. I'm like, I'm just gonna write my own and take a shot at the title. So I made up my own audition. And then we were there, like Marty, and then Leo found out that I really knew about finance and what the hell we were talking about. So like, I don't know, like the second day we were there rehearsing was just me, Marty, and Leo, like going over a script one day, and I was like, this is nuts. I was like reading lines to Leo. It was crazy. I was like, I can't believe I'm sitting here right now. This is insane. So it was sort of baptism by fire with that crew. So, and thank God I knew my stuff, and I was so ready for that movie. I was so like prepared before I showed up, and so that I thank God that movie worked out well, and I think that's what led to doing vinyl and just having a good relationship with Marty and the whole cast and crew.
Well, your character Nicky Rugrat Koskoff was based on a real life person named Andrew Green. Did you do any research on him before filming?
No, so that's like that. My character wasn't like, I don't know, they might have said that, but mine was just like, these are bad guys, and I'm ready to, these guys treated their friends and family like crap because they're the first people they would ask for money. So, and then my character actually was named after one of the producers, Emma Koskoff. Her husband is Nick Koskoff. So, yeah, mine was just to like be like, these are not great guys, and that's what I'm gonna do. But I also knew people in finance, and I knew that world a little bit, and that's sort of like the bottom dregs of the finance world. Those guys are just sharks. Those aren't real finance guys. They're just con men.
Well, in 2016, you worked with Scorsese once again in the HBO show Vinyl. So tell me how that came about.
I knew Marty was doing a show. Actually, he approached me about playing this part, and I was like, it's always a great day when, any day that Martin Scorsese asks you to do anything, it's like the craziest day of your life. So, and then when he asked me again, I was like, oh my God, yes, whatever you need. So those are great days in your lives of acting when you get that call. Marty wants you, and you're like, oh my God, those are magical days.
You play such a great character in that show. You're hilarious.
I did it for you, Rich. I did it for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I want to let you know how grateful and appreciative I am.
There you go.
It's like when you were playing that character, it was almost like you were talking directly to me.
Exactly. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Now, the show is co-created with Martin Scorsese, Mick Jagger, Rich Cohen, and Terrence Winter. Did Jagger ever visit the set?
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did. He came on. Terry, the fact that Terry wrote Wolf of Wall Street and Terry Winter was a showrunner. He's like, I don't know, he's great. He's just a great guy, and he's just a good egg. He makes for like a great community of writers, a great feeling for cast and crew. I'll work for Terry Winter every day of the week and like twice on Sunday. So he's like, and also he's a paisan. There's some Italian in there, so he's a good egg, man. I love that cast so much. We're all still very close, actually. Like Bobby and Ray and the whole crew, and Jack Quaid.
Yeah, which is Dennis Quaid, Meg Ryan's son.
Yeah,
you worked with him on Rampage as well.
Yeah, and then just now The Boys. We just did The Boys together.
Okay.
And then so like we're three. I mean, the fact that we did three, that's a crazy thing. The fact that I'm in three things with Jack Quaid. And none of that was like, that was all just happenstance and luck of the draw. Like, we should play the lottery together, because to be in three things with a buddy that, you didn't plan for, the odds of that are astronomical.
Oh, yeah. Well, you also worked with, besides so many great actors, you also worked with so many great actors' kids. James Jagger, he had a role as a punk singer in Vinyl. And also Dustin Hoffman's son had a role in Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, yeah. I never even thought about that. Yes. Oh, my God, yes.
You're like.
I only want to work with the children. You're
a good man.
I'm here to help the kids, because I am a father.
What was it like working with James Jagger? Do you have many scenes with him?
No.
No.
So I can't say. It's a good kid, great kid.
Yeah.
Good to have a beer with. Nice person, good attitude.
Yeah.
But Yeah, we really didn't do any like big scenes together. No, that wasn't our. He was sort of a different plot line than me.
Yeah. Now, as an actor, you have over 100 credits. So, I mean, it would take at least an hour to go over everything you have done and everybody you worked with. So I'm going to cover some of the highlights, for some of my favorites. I want to talk about Dinner with Schmucks, because that stars Steve Carell, Paul Rudd, Zach Galifianakis, and Ron Livingston. And for me, you're featured in one of the funniest scenes in a movie. That's where everybody gets to introduce their schmuck at the dinner party. So how much was improv and how much was actually scripted?
That was a lot of improvisation. But an interesting story, though. It's, we sat at that table for like 3 weeks. And I always say it's interesting. Even the funniest, most interesting people in the world can run out of conversation. Because you're like, we're back at the table. Here we go. We're back at the table again. Let's, what are we going to talk about? Day 19. But yeah, so it's like going to a dinner party for, 10 hours a day at the same spot, looking at the same old lobster. You're like, this is gross. But, by week 13, we're like, okay, do we get the scene? Do we get it? But that's a lot to shoot. There's a lot of people sitting at a dinner table. So you need a lot of cameras and a lot of like coverage. There's a ton of coverage. So that to me was always like an interesting experience. I was like, can we keep the energy of all these people at the same location for so many weeks? And I think we pulled it off. That's what was so like proud of that moment.
Well, they always say making movies, the famous phrase is hurry up and wait.
Oh my God.
For about
that's
5-10 minutes, and then you wait for 3 hours.
Yes, exactly.
So how long, I'm using this scene because we're talking about it right now, how long altogether did that scene take to film? Several weeks, you said?
I think it was like 3 weeks. I don't know, 2.5 weeks. Yeah, it was a while. There's so many people in the scene and someone has to happen. It's just like, it was a lot.
Yeah. Now also, next on my list is Final Destination 5.
I waited for the fifth one, by the way. I was like, if you do 4, I don't want to go near it. But if you make a 5th, give me a call.
You're holding out for the best.
I'm holding out for the 5th one.
Yeah. Well, let's just say your character did not have the happy ending he wanted.
I know. I understand.
You understand. And I think the audience understands as well. You have to check out the movie. It's a great movie. And what you're killing or your death is probably one of the best. Let's just say, I don't know if you're a Buddhist right now, but after that movie, maybe you changed your religion.
I did change my religion. And then I don't love acupuncture like I should anymore. I'll say that.
Don't let
they made me actually go. I never had acupuncture before, so I had to go try it. And then a couple of those needles were real, which was like so wild to me.
Oh, so they actually stuck them in you? Not like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they did?
Not all. How many were in there? That was like a prosthetic, but I definitely had a couple. I was like, put some real ones in me to give me the reaction. I'll get let's film that. Yeah.
And that movie led to a Saved by the Bell parody. So tell me how that came about with Miles Fisher.
Oh, well, Miles is like a viral video machine. And that was the height of his magic. And actually, that's how I met like one of my like dear friends, David Green, who's like a great director. Like this kid is teed up for an Oscar one day. So between Miles' idea and Dave Green's creativity, and luckily, Warner Brothers or New Line threw us some money to really do it. That's how that fun video came together.
That was hilarious. You were the Screech character, I would say.
I was always, yes. Oh, I know. That was it. I was. God bless him. God bless him.
Now, you have guest starred in many, many television series, as I mentioned in the intro. There are 2 that I want to talk about. One is because I love horror movies, and Evil Dead is my favorite horror movie growing up. So, you worked in Burn Notice with Bruce Campbell. Tell me about that.
He's the best. I mean, that's just a little guest star, but I've always remembered Bruce Campbell because he treated me with such dignity and respect. And I swear to God, between like Tom Hanks and like Bruce Campbell and like really so many great actors, I always try to, everybody is equal, whether like you're the new PA and it's your first job or like you're Martin Scorsese, like everybody gets treated with dignity and respect. And some of the greatest actors like Tom, like I said before, and Bruce are just, I was there for like, I don't know, 2 days and couldn't have been nicer. So I always try to be like above and beyond, like really nice. And I always tell like actors coming up, I'm like, just be classy. Like it's so like when you're making decisions for your career or how you're treating people, it's easy to be classy and like, just follow that model.
Well, it was so funny because you played a character named Stacy Connolly, and he was trying to woo her because you were an IRS agent. And I like the episode because you show a wide range. First, it's funny, and then you realize that you're his son, and he was he was dating your mother, and you start crying. So you have a wide range of comedy into drama. Just that one episode alone showed how good you can act.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I can cry right now. You want me to cry for you? I'll cry right now.
Yes, come on.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
This is my Barbara Walters moment. I want to make you cry.
I was so emotional.
I wish I had a tissue to get you, but
that's okay. I still love you. I still love you.
Well, I appreciate that. I got to tell you a Bruce Campbell story about myself. I go to a lot of horror movie conventions, and Bruce Campbell's at one, he was promoting Army of Darkness. So it was about 15, 20 years ago, however long it was. And I saw him, he came out of the elevator. I said, Bruce, how you doing? And we're talking back and forth. And I made a comment saying, there any cool parties around here? He goes, yeah, just go on the 11th floor. I can go. Just tell him you know me. I'll get you in. My name gets you places. My friends and I went on that floor. There was nothing on that floor but janitor closets. There was nothing. So the next day I saw him. I said, hey, Bruce, thanks a lot for the party. So he had his wife or girlfriend at the time with him. He goes, honey, that's the asshole I was talking about last night. So I have a picture where I'm choking him, and he wrote, Rich, see you at the party. Love, Ash.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Yeah,
that's hysterical.
And that's why I love, because he is I love the horror movies, and I also love his other TV shows that he's done, like Byrne Notice. And he is, from what I can see, exactly like he is in the movies. He's just got a great personality.
No, hilarious. He's a good egg. He sent me to so many rooms where no one was there. So many rooms. I'm kidding.
Well, you actually made it to the party. I never made it to the party.
No, don't you do that. Don't you do that. We love you. It's funny you said that. I was wondering, who's the guy? Now I know who the guy is, because he still tells that story. It was Rich. It was Rich Cyr.
Yep.
I love it. I'm kidding.
Now, the second show I want to talk about is Boston Legal, because in that one episode alone, you worked with William Shatner, Candice Bergen, Delta Burke, and Shelley Berman. And it was also directed by Eric Stoltz.
Yes. That's right. I love Eric Stoltz. I was like, this beautiful gem of a man. Yeah. I forget all these people I work with. Holy crap. I really sound like I did something with my life.
I've done my research.
Oh, my God.
Well, the question I have for you is, because so many people that have worked with Shatner in the past have nothing positive to say about him. So what was your experience like?
No, he's great. He was great.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any bad experiences of actors. I don't know. Maybe because I'm a nice guy, and I'd never really had a bad actor to actor per se experience that I can think of right now. I don't know. He was great. Everyone was great.
It seems like I've seen him on interviews, and I've seen him on TV shows. It seems like he just has a great sense of humor, and he doesn't really take anything seriously. One time somebody asked him, why does everybody hate you so much? He was, I don't know. I don't get it.
Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know. He was great. Yeah. I do remember, I always remember Eric Stoltz though, man. Someone keep giving him big movies, because he was great, man. He was great.
Yeah. You weren't in any scenes with him, but did you ever meet James Spader?
No. I did not. No.
Yeah, because I didn't see you in any scenes. Shelley Berman's great, though. I love Shelley Berman. He was in all the classic shows in the 70s, and then more recently, right before he died, he was on Curb Your Enthusiasm, which I love.
Yeah.
He must have been great to work with.
Yeah. No, I've been so lucky. Totally. I mean, I keep thinking about all these people I work with. That's another great one. Oh, my God, yes.
You have the best agent in the world. I mean.
Yeah, I do have a great agent, actually, yes.
Now, do a lot of these shows, because I know you said Martin Scorsese thought of you, a lot of these things, do you have to audition, or do some people say, you know what, I know you from this job, I want to have you in here, and you don't have to audition?
Right. I still have to audition, there's no question, for a ton of stuff. But I am blessed that I do get repeat business, if you said per se. I've worked with everyone over and over and over again, luckily. I can't tell you. So I'm so lucky. And that's sort of the best part of my job. And I say it all the time. First of all, it's the greatest gift to be able to work as an actor. It's the most fun job ever. I'm so happy when I'm working. It's like a next level joy. Yeah. And then I always say it's the best thing when you're able to work with friends. So, once you do a job with someone, it's the part of the entertainment where we're acting you're experiencing things with people on such a deep level. You get very close. So, you become friends with a lot of people. And I'm very lucky that I, from all my jobs, I have a lot of friends that I still work with from, years and years and years ago. So I always say when I'm able to work with friends, it's the best. And, being able to work, repeat business with my friends, my God, am I the luckiest guy ever?
Like I said, almost every movie I've seen you in, TV show, it sort of seeps right through the screen. Like you're having such a great time doing this.
Oh my God,
It doesn't
yes,
seem
yeah.
doesn't seem like a job when I'm watching you. It's more like
No, it's
you're having
not.
a
It's
great time
crazy.
doing this. Now
I'm
you
never
made
tired. I swear to God, I'm never tired. It's so funny. It's like other times, like I want to take a nap. Like I can get up. It's so funny when I look at my alarm clock on my iPhone. The hours of that potential alarms go off. I mean, they range everywhere from like, it's like 2 a.m., 2:10 a.m., 2:30 a.m., 2:35 a.m., 3:15 a.m., 3:10. It's like, but I don't care. You wake up and you're ready to crush it.
Oh yeah. Now you made the leap from actor to voice actor. So I want to talk about The Legend of Korra and Justice League Action.
Yes, do it.
All right, let's do it. So
I
first you were
hated both of them.
Bolin.
I hated it. No, I hated it. No.
I love how you really sell it.
I just fucking hate those people. No, I was so lucky. Oh my God. The Legend of Korra was like one of my first real big jobs. I was so green. And I think that's probably why they gave me the job. I was so loose and riffing and playing around. And the character I played, Bolin, is sort of like that sort of like happy-go-lucky guy. And that's how I got the job. And then I learned so much from the guy and Andrea Arnold, one of the directors on it. But the guys that created the show are like the sweetest, most brilliant dudes I know. Really, they really are. And they're also doing something with Netflix now, like a live action for the Avatar. So that's going to be insane. So the world needs to tune into that as well.
Did you find that you had more freedom doing voice work over acting? Because with voice work, you don't have to, you can just talk into a mic. Do you act out as you're talking?
I do because I'm still like learning that world. But it's such a crazy, it's the way to explain it's like there's so much actual less to do as a voiceover actor because you don't have to think about like, okay, there's the camera, I got to hit my mark, I got to find the camera, I'm over the shoulder. It's like, you're working, and then there's 300 people behind the camera, and like there's so much that you have to think about like mentally and like forget visually and just sort of drop in. Voiceover acting, it's just your voice and your mind and your imagination. It's so kind of a magical ride, but you also have to imbue so much information with your voice. So it's like another level of like difficulty, if you will. But I love doing it because there's just such a freedom of like truly being the essence of the character in a voiceover, because you don't have to worry about like 37 other things. You're just like present.
Now, did you change your voice for these characters? Because I do a show called Nutmeg Junction, and I do different characters, and I really don't have too many different voices in my repertoire.
Neither do I.
Okay.
No, I don't. I really don't. And I think my natural voice is kind of up here. And if I go a little higher, I sound like a late teenager, if you will, like a 16, 17 age. Like that's my sweet spot. So it's like Bolin was kind of that age, and it is his 20s, and then Firestorm was kind of the same thing. He was like a high school kid.
Yeah. Now you were also you worked with The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He was his assistant in the movie Rampage. When I was watching, I was laughing because the two of you had such a great chemistry working together. Did you have a chance to get to know him before filming? Did you have a lot of rehearsals, or was it more like Clint Eastwood, where, all right, 1 take, 2 takes, we're done, next scene?
Yes, but we did hang out. I mean, but that was more. Clint Eastwood was like my first time, whatever, and like fast and moving. The Rock, you call him DJ. That's like his real name, DJ, Dwayne Johnson, DJ. Mm-hmm. The first time we did our scene, it's like, I forget what it was. He was talking to a lot of us, which was great because I was sort of intimidated at first because, he's The Rock and he's such a big guy. He has such a big presence. So I'm glad I had this sort of group like scene with him at first to like get over. I'm like, Jesus, he really is a big dude. Oh my God. But then the next scene we did together was just the two of us, and it was sort of like a walk and talk. And I knew before someone was going to show up, like someone interrupts us chatting, I was like, I just came ready to riff and have fun. So I knew, that I had to make something up. I knew they were going to ask us to like just talk about whatever. So I was ready. And also like, it's an amazing thing as an actor too. Like, yes, he's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but at the end of the day, like I'm playing a guy who's his like really good buddy.
Yeah.
I have 8 seconds to intimate that a relationship that we've had forever. So I have to get over that fast and not think about who this guy is and all that. So I was and he's also dude, he's the best, man. He's such a good guy. So it was very easy to like love my buddy immediately, and just like everyone just wants to laugh and have a good time on the set, and especially in those moments, those aren't moments where like we're getting killed by a wolf, a 300-foot wolf, and we're fine. So we're just kind of buddies hanging out. And he played sports and I played sports, so it's just like these guys who play sports a lot are very good at like broing out. I always say like Rick Fox is one of the greatest bro out guys in the world. And I'm always like, oh, because he hung out in a locker room with dudes like every day of his life. Yeah. So I think that always helped me like not be, to chat in public in front of like 15 people at a time and like tell a joke or just hang out. Sports is like very important in my life. And I think, DJ sort of is that kind of guy. So we bonded very, very easily. And then we just started laughing and joking, and, we still chat today. He's really a great human. And I always say he's a really hard worker. And I try to be a really incredibly hard worker and be prepared. But my favorite thing about him, and he says this all the time, and it's so true, it's to a point of him. It really is him. He goes, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. And I think that really is the essence of DJ. He's such a beautiful guy.
All right. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, then don't say it. Then don't say it. I'll say it.
I'm shutting up right now.
Shut up, Rich.
I'm going to let you do it all the time. No. This is my show.
Okay, right. Okay, you got to talk. Yep, you got to bring it. Let's bring it.
I'm bringing it. No matter. I don't care if you tell me to shut up or not. Thank you. I'm not giving up. I'm that little train that could. In the scenes that you were featured, did they use gorillas, animatronics, CGI, or all the above? Because you were in the very beginning of the movie, and I couldn't really tell if it was an animatronic or it was a real gorilla.
They used this guy. He's amazing. Jason Lyles is incredible, dude. He's 6'10", but he trained with gorillas. They put the dots on his face. He had like extra contraptions to make his arms longer so that he can move and act and run like a gorilla. And he was incredible. Like if it wasn't for Jason, I swear to God, that movie wouldn't be really what it was, because he gave DJ and I and everybody and such a real genuine thing to look at. Hold on a second. Who's calling me? Can you see me? Did I lose you?
Yeah, you lost me.
Oh, there you go. Someone's calling me. I hate those people. No, the school again for
it's your
kids.
Agent.
I can't talk. I'm on the phone with Rich. No, but Jason was amazing, and he really God bless him. And then also Brad Payton, the director, was such a great director, and he's another guy I love. He became a buddy of mine. That kid is a gift. Let's just keep funneling hundreds of $millions at Brad Payton, because no one's he's one of the smartest guys. He's so invested. He just wants to have fun. He wants the audience to have fun. And, I couldn't say enough good things about him.
All right. Well, you were also a writer and director. So tell me about The Last Supper.
The Last Supper. Oh, that was we made that in a day and a half. I mean, I'm telling you, from concept to writing it to Funny or Die's it's tomorrow. We have to do Easter tomorrow. So that was baptism by fire, and had such a great time. I called in friends, and that was just I know I'm sort of proud of my first fun little short that we did one camera setup, and here we go. Let's rip it.
And where can people find that?
I think they can go they can put in The Last Supper. It's still on Funny or Die.
Okay.
Yeah.
What year was that?
Oh my God, forever ago. I don't know, 9 years ago. Yeah.
Do you look forward to in the future writing and directing some more?
Oh my God, I would love it. Yeah. No, I'm looking for a good movie to direct, and I just, your first real movie to direct, you want it to be great, and you got to care about it, because for me to not be acting right now, I mean, that's my core business, and that's where I really make all my money. It has to be special, and because it's going to take me away from doing that. So, and my kids and my family and all that.
Well, first thing you need is a marquee name. So yes, I will do it. I will be in your movie.
All right, you're in. Give me Rich Cyr. Get me him. Great.
Rich Cyr.
Then we're good. We're good. Oh my God. I'm gonna get that off there. Okay, people call.
Now for you, in the movies, I have two personal favorites. One is the horror movie Countdown. I loved you as the priest. You were hilarious.
I did that for you. Thank you.
You've done a lot for me. Now, I really don't have a chance to show my appreciation to you. But I mean, I feel bad.
Don't you feel bad? I love you. I love you just the same.
Well, I appreciate that. But yeah, so I'm sure I already know the answer from talking to you. A lot of that movie was just you riffing, I'm guessing.
Yes. Yeah, they let me go a little bit. Yes. I mean, there's some core things you had to say for the storyline and whatnot, but that was Justin's first movie. He wrote the movie. hopefully there'll be another one. It'd be great. I love that character because he's sort of this priest, you know, who was like a Comic-Con priest. So that was kind of a blast for me.
Yeah, they did a great job. Now, the second is your role in The Gift starring Jason Bateman. Because first,
Yes.
when you were at the party, I said, oh, well, he has a small part. I guess he's done. And then, bam, you came out of nowhere and just attacked Jason.
Because Jason's dirty, dude. Jason's dirty.
What a dirtbag, yeah.
What a dirtbag. He's another good guy that I've been lucky to work with multiple times. Like,
yeah, horrible
super
bosses.
pro. Yep, super pro. Always interesting. It's crazy. He's all these different versions of himself, but it's always like so perfect and on point. And he's like a brilliant, smart, incredible actor to me, and like a brilliant director and writer. That guy's a stud. He's the best of us.
Speaking of working with him in other movies with horrible bosses, you had a chance to make out with Jennifer Aniston. That's a pretty good day's work.
Oh, well, we didn't make out. We did not make out. We did not be clear. I did
your
not make
wife
out
there?
with Jennifer Aniston. She sort of walked on my body. She might have spoken to my dingle dangle, but we did not make out.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't get all the facts correct.
You got to get your facts right. If you're going to do an interview, you got to get your facts right. Come on.
Well, I want to talk about the HBO series Big Little Lies. It stars Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon, Meryl Streep, and Laura Dern. And you played the principal.
Yes, that's true. These are facts.
These are
you got your facts right there. You got your facts right. No, I mean, that's another great crew. And that's like, you know, having Reese and Nicole produce. But I worked with Reese a couple times. I worked with Nicole a couple times. One of my other first big movies was with doing Bewitched with Nora Ephron, and Nicole Kidman was in that. Yeah. So she's great. She remembered me. I was always like, oh, does she remember me? And one of the producers is one on that movie as well, was one of the producers on Pair. Another great guy was our producers on Big Little Lies. And, you know, that was great because, you know, having two female bosses in the moment of a Me Too moment, you know, you really feel great about the future of what's going to happen in our industry. And, you know, as the father of two little girls, I'm just hoping when they're older, it's just sort of a non-issue because women like them is sort of like blaze this trail.
Yeah, well, I mean, all four actors are great, all four actresses. Now, will the series be continuing once things get back to normal, whatever that is?
I don't know. You know more than I do.
No. Well, I don't see anything on my sheet, so I'm not sure yet. I'll have my people call your people.
Make a call. Make a call.
I know people. I normally don't like to brag like this, but, you know, I think I'm trying to show off a little bit. I know people.
Joe, you're doing great. You're doing great.
Now, the last two movies I saw you in were Bombshell, where you played Neil Cavuto, yours doppelganger. Yes. It was kind of airy. How closely you much resembled him. It was great. And also Mob Road starring David Arquette.
Yes.
That was a great
First
movie.
of all, David Arquette is one of my best buddies now in the world. He's the most beautiful human, beautiful actor. You know, comes from a legendary acting family. And, you know, he needs to be in everything and more often. And he's one of the nicest, purest guys ever. He has a documentary coming out, though, a wrestling documentary about himself, which is amazing. The world needs to see this documentary about him and the wrestling world. It is one of the best documentaries, no baloney, I have ever seen. Obviously, I know him, so it's like very powerful, but I think everyone will have their brains explode when they see this. And then Bombshell. A little note to you. So my wife's from Waterbury, Connecticut. Guess where Neil Cavuto's from?
Waterbury?
Waterbury, Connecticut. There you go.
I did not know that. Didn't realize he had that connection.
There you go. That's the only reason I took the part. That's the only reason I took the part.
You're a good husband as well as a good actor.
There you go.
Now, both films are based on real people, and I know it's similar to probably The Wolf of Wall Street. Did you do any research on, especially Mob Road? Because you played the deputy, and David Arquette's character was trying to take down the mob.
Yeah, it's like that. You know, the character I played was completely made up, but that really happened. I mean, that movie's powerful because it's like that's the first time the FBI really consciously took the Cosa Nostra, if you will, as a legitimate crime organization, and they recognized them from that meeting. That young cop, that cop picked it up and saw something was amiss here, and caught them all. They were all got out the next day. But the point is, he got him once. And then for Neil Cavuto, I just wanted to sound a little bit like him, but I just wanted to be genuine. So you don't want to like overdo it, and then you're just doing an impression because then you lose the essence of that person.
Oh yeah, you don't want to become like Rich Little, who's doing over the top, and you were a natural, and like I said, the scene you had at the end when he was there, yeah, it like I said, it was very eerie how much you resembled him, the talking, looking like him.
He's a beautiful guy. He's a beautiful man. He's a beautiful man.
So what's next, and where can people find you?
What can I tell you? I'm always like, what am I allowed to say? Oh yeah, so I can say two things. One, I'll be on The Boys. There's like a preview that just came out. That comes out September 4th. Okay. Season 2. And then there's a really great show that I'm doing for Amazon called Them Covenant, and that's kind of all I can really tell you about that. But that's heavy. Get ready. That's a heavy duty, hardcore show. And then another buddy who I love is like David Matthews is a writer on that too, and he's one of the showrunners. He's the best dude. He's a good egg. Another vinyl guy, Terry Winter guy. So we keep it in the family, dude. Keep it in the family.
You have a very nice family.
Yes.
Very talented family. You know who you remind me of? There's two character actors that I love, and a lot of people who don't know their name, they see them like, I know that guy, Dick Miller and Daniel Roebuck.
Yeah.
That's
nice. That's a nice. I'll take that. I'll take that all day.
No, that's a great compliment because those are two of my favorite actors. And I actually had Daniel Roebuck on the show before. He is one of the nicest guys in the world.
Tell him I love him. I'm a fan as well. If you ever talk to him again.
Have you ever worked with him?
No, I have not. Doesn't mean I don't love him. No, doesn't mean I don't love him.
Yep. I'll let him know you have the love. You have the.
All right, cool.
Well, PJ, I really do appreciate you being on the show. I had a great time.
No, I'm glad you're doing this show, man. Keep crushing it. It's a great show. I hope everyone enjoys it as much as we do.
All right. Thank you very much. That wraps up another episode of the Claus Corner, the Zoom edition. I want to thank my guest, writer, voice actor, director, and actor, the Dick Miller and Daniel Roebuck of acting, PJ Byrne.
Love it. Yes.
I look forward to seeing you in many, many, many more movies and television shows. And we'll have another Claus Corner exclusive, hopefully soon. And I would also like to thank you, the viewer, for tuning in. Enjoy your day, everyone.
Weird day at school today, right?
I guess. Whatever. I just wanted to be the best homecoming ever.
Right? Jinx!
Hey, Miles, I'm totally studying for a test right now. I'm really amped about it. Do you want to come over and hang?
Sure. I'll be right over.
but then